Hey there, viewers. Welcome to the Abundance Show. Today, we are starting a new series, Health, Our Real Wealth. So, today we are featuring Sanditha Narayan, who's a spiritual healer and a yogini. Actually, Sanditha has worked for about 12 years as a Yoga Acharya. She has been associated with big brands like TVS, The Hindu, Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry, AyurUniverse, and still being continuously showcased by Decathlon in all their yoga events. Her passion turned hobbies are tennis, swimming, and playing piano. She has immense love for dogs, and that includes even strays. Okay. She was brought up and in London, and her English accent is somewhat like British. Okay, so a die-hard patriotic by heart made her leave UK and come to India, which she thinks is the best thing to have happened in her life. Practicing yoga every morning gives her immense joy and peace. The very fact that she can bring smiles to someone's faces in the morning makes her day. One thing no one knows about her is that she used to be a very active dancer with proficiency in various dancing forms, including Kathak, contemporary Bharatanatyam. So, without further delay or ado, let's welcome Sanditha on the show. Sanditha, welcome to the show.
Thank
How
you,
are you?
Sam. Honored. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Good.
So, let's begin by asking you this question. What has been your journey and how did you get into yoga and into yoga teaching? Can you just take us through that journey of yours?
It all started in my teenage age while I was practicing my tennis and swimming. So it's always been a blessing to be in this Indian roots, right? So one of which I was in London and my mom made sure that I was always in touch with the roots. So I think I had a great passion to become a yoga teacher even then. So I never had the time to. So since I had an opportunity to come to India, and I think I said, let me go and become a teacher. So I think that's when I started around 18 or 19. So ever since then, there's never, I've never looked back. So yeah,
Great, great, great.
experiences has
So,
been great so far. Touch wood.
very nice, very nice, very nice. So, what has been particularly your experience as a yoga instructor, and how have you evolved over the years?
Wow, strong question, but it's a very emotional journey, definitely, because you teach so many people and everybody's not the same. So you have to kind of project your energy in a different way, or you just have to kind of correct them in a harsh way or a soft way. So it's all about the experiences that I've had by teaching so many gazillion people or so many unknown people as well. And few of them I'm in touch with them and going step by step and going backwards and forwards. It's always great to transform your energy to your situations. And I think my evolving my personal life and my professional life as yoga has literally helped me immensely. So yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So, Sandita, tell me, personally, how has it benefited in your life? If you can get a little more specific.
Personally, I think health wise, it's let's just say yoga is a medicine for me. So
Hmm.
health in a very healthy manner or in a very unhealthy manner, eating at the right time, sleeping at the right time. It's given me discipline. I think that's another way of kind of going about waking up on time or going to kind of practice yourself or just going to teach someone or anything as such. It's always like in a healthier way, it's always better to kind of just stay fit rather than just saying, let me just, get really geared up. I think staying fit is really important. It doesn't matter you are eight or it doesn't matter you're a 60-year-old or a woman. You just have to stay fit no matter what form you do. But I think the best form for me personally is yoga. So I think health-wise, yes, especially mentally as well. If you kind of mentally prepare yourself, it really gives you an immense joy in anything and everything that you do. So I
True.
think yoga has just taught me great respect for myself, and it's helped me understand myself better. And I'm still, in a process of figuring things out in a very new way. So it's quite vast. So yeah, it's really an joy, and it's really it's just few things that you take in your life is a risk, right? So I think one of the risks has given me immense. Let me just say, I'm going to call myself a god right now. So, so yeah.
Okay. Nice, nice. So, Sanditha, tell me, yoga for you, is it a physical thing or a mental thing or a spiritual thing? What exactly is it for you?
See, Satish, I think initially it was very religious for me. And a couple of years of practicing yoga, especially my meditation, especially my pranayama, these two aspects are practiced even if I don't do my Surya Namaskar or any other asanas. I think I transformed myself to spirituality. I believe in all religious gods and the deities and the devtas, Quran and Bible, but it has given me a more of a link. You are religious, you are spiritual, and or you also, atheist, whatever that you want to believe in. You just believe in a color that you like or a cross that you want to visualize when you practice. But it is a chain. It's not one thing or it's not the other. It's a physical, mental, and your cosmic energy. And your energy keeps changing on a day to day basis and every millisecond. Having said that, I think it also forms in a very, this aura that you talk about. When you see someone, you say, hey, you know what? She or he is like, good vibes. So I think those auras also make a difference in your life, your mood swings. So it is a chain, definitely a chain.
Okay, so it's a combination of physical, mental, and spiritual.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think if you just think from your mind, at some level, that particular thought, let's say for instance, I want to eat an apple, and you're visualizing that particular color, whether it could be a green apple or a red apple, and then it's the taste buds take place. And because you're so happy, that's your favorite fruit, your emotion is there, so the link is
Mm,
already a chain itself. And energy wise, it gives you a lot more energy if you really love apple or any other fruits or vegetables.
mm, mm. Yeah. So I think the physical form of yoga is just as a preparation for you to reach and ascend to a level where you can get into meditation and deeper self and exploring yourself more deeper.
Absolutely. I think preparing your mind. Your mind is a danger zone where anything and anything can happen, like anything at all. Even if you think you had a happy day, your mind would be saying, you know what, you're really happy today. Let me just give you sadness as well, right? So I think on those days when you're sad or you're happy, I think you have to have a balanced state of mind.
Mm,
Mind is what really tends to kind of give you a lot of emotions, or you feel tired. I think you have to prepare yourself mentally.
mm,
Everything is up here. Everything is up here.
mm.
So I
Yeah,
think, yeah, it's way beyond as well, but mental preparation is a must.
yeah, yeah. Well said, well said. So, Sanita, what is the form of yoga that you have learned, and what is it that you teach? What style of yoga do you teach?
Surprisingly or shockingly, should I answer? I don't know. But I know Hatha Yoga, I know Power Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Vinyasa Yoga, and also Kundalini Yoga. And there's many other attributes fall in place. If you are looking for a prenatal session, I can teach you a prenatal session or a postnatal session, or kids class or elderly class. So everything just falls in those categories depending on your element issues or any requests or your goals. So it's basically the sequence keep changing according to the people. But these are the forms I know. And in an initial state, I used to just stick to Hatha Yoga. And as I offered to learn a little bit more of yoga and study a little bit more of it, I think I kind of mixed and matched with it. And I'm so happy that I know all the forms. And I'm grateful that I took that chances to learn. I think not many people get the chance to go back to their roots. So I think, yeah, it's very, very colorful like my background, but India is great. It's given me a lot more, and it's also taken a lot more. So let's just say that it's been a good journey so far.
Nice. So I think what you're saying is that depending on your students, what is their requirement, what are their aspirations, based on that, and where you see them heading towards, based on that, you will give them various learnings from yoga, depending on whichever experience or whichever learnings or whichever branch is suiting their temperament and them. That's what
Yes,
you do.
yes. But mainly, Satish, I stick to Hatha Yoga because any age group can actually practice.
Hmm.
Because it's the most easiest form to learn. And definitely, say for instance, you want to lose weight, and you can kind of mix and match with your Hatha Yoga style and the Power Yoga style. And then later on, you've done with your weight loss. Now you want to kind of tone your body. Then you can give them a vinyasa form where you're using your own body as a tool. So you're kind of utilizing it in a faster form or a slower form. But vinyasa generally is practiced in a very slow form. So your awareness is a lot more. That's a beautiful way to practice, especially me on days that I take a break and I want to come back to my practice. I think I do my vinyasa form. So it's always a mix and match for me as well. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So, Sanditha, tell me, for teaching your students, what is the style that you'd most enjoy doing?
As I mentioned, I think Hatha Yoga because one, Satish, it's more, as you also rightfully said, mental preparation is the most important thing. My only technique that I literally have been following, and I also tell my students, is to just let go. I used to use the word surrender, but then a lot of times I used to ask, a lot of people used to ask me, surrender how? If you are religious, if you love someone or something as such, you would surrender to them. Or if you're a great believer of your own self, or you love yourself, you're surrendering yourself to you. So, uh, but then again, I think surrender is a long and a hard word to use because only if you're surrendering yourself, I think most of half of your time you're enlightened. you know I
Yeah.
think letting go is the most key in anything that you do in your life.
Hmm.
So I think that is given me an aspect to kind of think in a broader aspect as well, rather than just being very narrow in everything, because yoga kind of opens up all your channels, all the 72 nadis that you have in your body. I think I'm the most sensitive person, and me doing yoga has given me a lot more sensitivity. So I know when the climate changes like this, I'll be like, no, it's getting cold, or it's getting
Yeah.
warm, or something like that. So
Mhm.
super, super sensitive. So I think talking about sensitivity, I think again, going back to the mind, it's a balance of your emotions and the strings that you play along as you go by, that makes a huge difference. So I think let go. That's the technique that I've been following, or should I say a motto. So yeah.
Nice. Very nice. So, Sanditha, today's session and today's interview, I wanted to restrict it to more about your journey and what you went through and how you came to yoga and to teaching yoga. So, I think our viewers have got a fairly good idea about where you come from. Uh,
Very- so,
so, I think I would request you that we can have a few more sessions where we'll deconstruct certain deeper issues about people's health and how yoga can help them and what could be the right attitude for people to adopt. All of those things we'll probably bug you and ask you more and more questions in the
Yes,
future episodes.
I think more of the important part that we need to focus on is the element issue. See, I think most of, generally speaking, only when you have some health issue popping up, that's when they're like, oh, damn it, I have to take care of myself, And then they go to doctor and blah, 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 and then say, why not try yoga? I think going to your root at the first place itself is the best medicine for you. I think it's a beautiful cure, and in the process of that you kind of heal yourself as well. So
Very
calling
nice.
yourself a god is, I don't think at this point, is the wrong thing to say. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think by the time you are already sick, it's already too late. So I think that's when we all start looking at what forms of exercise or what forms of food is good for us. I think the basic education needs to get into our minds very early. At the time when we are absolutely healthy and in the pink of health, that is a time when we should look at how we
Yeah.
can stay healthy and fit for
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
think that
12
is
years of practice, I think I still have to figure myself out. There's always something that you can learn. There's always room for improvement. And treating your body like a temple, or just, it's just really nice. It's
nice.
very exclusive, let me just say that.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Very good. So very nice conversing with you, Sanditha. Looking forward to interacting with you more often. All the very best to you and all the very best to your students as well.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
These days, popping pills for chronic ailments have become the norm. The trend of over-medication and self-medication are getting far too alarming. Medications are supposed to help us, not hurt us. No amount of external intervention can help unless the body heals itself. Our body is known to be an abode of astonishing self-healing powers. The immune system of our body is sophisticated, and the magical recovery ways of the body is much beyond the common man's comprehension. Holistic approach to health is becoming extremely relevant today. We need to empower our body's natural healing powers by adopting lifestyle changes for staying fit and healthy. And there should be minimum need for any medical intervention. Today's progressive wellness experts are working closely to ensure that focus is shifted decisively towards preventive healthcare so that people can enjoy the fruits of good health for longer. Chronic diseases and the so-called lifestyle diseases can be prevented and in most cases also reversed. We need to focus on educating and steering people towards an integrated approach to health and life and encourage them to make healthy lifestyle changes. Let's take responsibility to learn about our body and our health. On this channel, we'll be conversing with some amazing experts who are focused on optimal health, improved quality of life, and general well-being for all concerned. More power